What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back in another video. So I'm back in another video. Today I'm going to be explaining how enriching others enriches yourself, right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So a lot of people, they want to like look at all these get rich schemes. They want to do all these things that are like, oh, I want to get rich quick, right? Everyone wants to get rich, right? Everyone wants to have a lot of money, but it's like people don't understand what it is to make money in the first place, right? Like people always be like, oh, I work too hard. Like, you gotta always pay attention to people's vocabulary, right? Like when people say, I don't get paid enough to listen to you, right? At their jobs, right? I don't get paid enough to deal with this bullshit. But you do. You get paid exactly enough to deal with that bullshit, right? Everyone always wants to worry about like the wages, right? Like everyone's like, oh, I have too much wages and shit, like and all this stuff, right? But my bad, I'm just thinking about like family issues, right? Everyone always wants to deal with like these wages, right? They want to deal with like all the wages and shit. Like, oh, people don't get paid enough, Amazon. And it's like, bro, what are you really doing though, right? Amazon is a $1 trillion company because with Amazon, you don't gotta wait. Like with Amazon, you don't have to wait 2 days, right? The thing is, Amazon isn't replaceable, right? Because the thing is, like, because I do drop shipping, right? When you look at all these drop shipping websites and all the stuff that drop shippers are doing, you see that, like, you know, everything drop shipping wise takes like 30 days, right? 30 days, a month, 2 months, sometimes 6 months, right? Like 6 months people are waiting, like they order some shit and it doesn't come for like a whole bunch of months, right? And basically the reason why is because, you know, they're not as good as Amazon, right? So Amazon gets paid the big bucks because they're helping people. They're helping a lot of people, right? They're helping billions of people. Basically, one lesson I learned from doing interviews, right? One lesson I learned from doing interviews is that, because at first I was doing them for free, right? I was doing all my interviews for free, and yeah, it was like a way to like get my name out there, but I didn't even realize that I was helping people, right? I didn't realize that what I was doing was helping people, not just like the artists, but helping people in the sense that I was like, you know, like helping people like learn and shit, right? I was helping people get to the next level and of whatever shit that they're working on, right? So I was making a difference in the world. I was actually helping people, you know? So, I mean, that's my goal with these videos too. It's like, I talk about my life, but I put principles like this, right? Like, you need to understand that if you want to get rich, you have to help other people get rich, right? You have to basically make other people's lives better. Like, just think, how can I make this person's life better, right? How can I make someone else's life better, right? Because I used to think like, oh, what can I possibly sell? Everyone's always selling things, right? Everyone's always selling things to people and all this stuff. But it's like, damn, bro. How fucking am I? Everyone's always selling things to people, right? And basically, my bad. Yeah, basically everyone is always trying to sell things to people, right? And I would say to myself, what can I possibly be selling, right? Like, what can I possibly sell to somebody so that you know, like, everything's basically already invented, right? What can I possibly sell someone? But then, you know, thinking like that, it made me realize, like, I didn't realize until later on, right? I did something that Steve Jobs did, and then that's when I realized, oh, you know what? That's what I could do. I could, you know, like, that's, you know, you just basically have to enrich other people's lives, right? Like, that's why these people be making so much money on their books, on their ebooks, their courses, and all this stuff, right? Because I feel like the secret to making money nowadays is, you know, like, to buy a course, right? Buy someone's course, take the course, and then just reiterate what you learned in the course. Like, practice it for a couple, like a year, like a couple months or whatever. and then just do what you learn in that course, and then teach what you learn in the course plus your own thing, right? And just make your own. That's basically like the formula to getting rich, right? Because there was this dude, right? During the pandemic, I would always look at this dude's lives, right? He would always be on Instagram Live. He would always have a whole bunch of stories up and shit, and because he was friends with my homegirl. And I would always see, like, during the pandemic, while I was thinking, like, oh, everyone has to stay home and all this stuff, I'm seeing homeboy just fucking, you know, in the jacuzzi with a whole bunch of naked females, right? And he drives like he drove a Ferrari, and he drove, you know, like, and it was a nice ass car and shit, and he had a big ass crib, right? And I asked him, like, oh, what do you do? And he said, oh, I'm a barber. And I'm like, what? You're a barber? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, how are you a barber and you're able to do all this stuff? And he's like, oh, because I teach a barber course. I made a barber course and I teach it. And with that course, he was able to buy his Ferrari. He was able to buy a nice ass crib, and he has a whole bunch of women, naked women in his jacuzzi, right? On Instagram Live. If that makes it any better. And he was on Instagram Live, right? So it's all about education, right? Like every day, my dad would say, he would drop me off to school, like when he would, and he would say, "Take in your education," right? And I was like, "Yeah, Dad," right? But now I understand what he meant. It's not education isn't just school. Education is basically just like learn some shit, practice it, and then teach it, and then that's how you're gonna make money, right? Like stocks and trading and shit and all that stuff, and they even drop shipping, right? NFTs and all this stuff. Like you can learn crypto, and then that's what I'm trying to learn crypto, and so I can make a course, right? I'm gonna make a course for you guys, because the thing is, obviously I'm gonna sell it because learning crypto is super boring and it's super hard, right? And I still kind of don't get it, but I got it a lot more than I did before, right? So I kind of pretty much got the basics, and it's always changing. So the thing is like that's like my plan basically. Like I don't give a fuck, right? Yeah. So if you guys are interested in like a crypto course from me, you know, I'd be like investing sometimes, but you know, let me know. You know, I'll drop it for sure. Why are they perked there? Why are people bothering me, bro? But yeah, basically enriching others is the way to wealth, right? So like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new, and if you have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Torius, ask 6 for interviews, and I will make a video talking about your question. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Also don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. Deuce.